The Dodgers make some big decisions on some club options. They pick up Max Muncy and Alex Vesia. We'll tell you why they did it. And could Max Muncy be looking for an extension? Also, the Dodgers add a standout minor league player that's been great in their system for a long time to their 40-man roster, what that could mean. And Cody Bellinger predicted to sign with the Dodgers. All that more coming up next on a jam-packed episode of Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You got it, Warrior Parade. We got it, Parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Ohtani starts the 50-50 clock. Monkey magic. Cleveland gets the ball. Right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Live from the heart of Los Angeles, this is Dodgers Dugout Live with your host, Doug McKain.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers podcast and Dodgers show on YouTube. My name is Doug McKain. I cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation, a credentialed member of the media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you're new to the channel, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you want to support every single episode of this show, the best thing you can do is hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and drop a comment down below. Also, join the Discord channel and the LA Sports Report. That's where I'm doing all my live breakdowns of Dodger baseball. Got the World Series breakdown dropping pretty soon, so you don't want to miss that. So if you want to join that, go to the LASportsReport.com and go to the LA Sports Report over on YouTube. Definitely do that. We'll do some giveaways over there. Of course, every episode of Dodgers Dugout Live starts with the poll question of the show. I asked you guys over on the X, should the Dodgers bring back Cody Bellinger? And right now, 62% of you said yes, while 38% of you said no. And that's an ongoing poll. So if you want to go check out Dodgers Nation over on the X, you can definitely get in on that. And I want to hear from you down below in the comment section later in the show as well. All your takes on all things Dodger baseball. It's the offseason, and we're going to talk all about the World Series so many different times throughout this offseason. Life is good in LA, right? The sun is brighter. Everything just tastes better. I'm not even mad about being stuck in traffic. I'll just listen to I Love LA, or I'll listen to the players' walk-up songs, or I'll just listen to Steven Nelson make some epic calls, because I'm still basking in the glow of another World Series title, the 9th in Dodgers franchise history. But you guys know my favorite thing is the offseason, because that's where championships are made. That's where free agencies are unpredictable, and you sign players, you bring back players, you make trades. Championships are won in the offseason. That's where players get better. That's where you hire coaches. That's where you hire Andrew Friedman. That's where you make all these decisions. So if you're thinking about taking any time off this offseason, you're going to miss the most important parts of the journey. So I just want to point that out. And today we already got some juicy offseason news, and that is going to be the leadoff.
Leading off, the hottest story in Dodger baseball.
All right, the hottest story in Dodger baseball is the Dodgers had to make some decisions on club options, and they made those decisions. The Dodgers have exercised a $10 million club option to bring back third baseman Max Muncy. So the Funky Muncy is going to be back with this team for the 2026 season at a $10 million price tag for Max Muncy, a guy that just gave you a 3.6 WAR in 100 games. That's an absolute bargain. That is an absolute steal. If Max Muncy had a $15 million club option, the Dodgers would pick it up, because when he's healthy, when he's on the field, he rakes. Now, he did deal with injuries, the oblique injury, the knee injury. That was more of a freak injury. And he also got off to a slow start. And there's no doubt about that. He got off to a slow start, and it looked like he was going to have the worst year of his career. But unfortunately, he turned it around in a big way because the start of his season was a nightmare. His first 29 games for the first month plus of the year, Muncy was hitting 194, had just one home run in 105 plate appearances. It was his longest home run drought of his career. Posted a 77 weighted runs created plus through his first 29 games. 100 is league average for weighted runs created plus, and Max Muncy was at 77, so 23% below league average. But his last 71 games, he put up all-star numbers. He put up fringe MVP numbers, posting a 161 weighted runs created plus with 18 home runs and 278 plate appearances. Now, you look at the totality of that deal, and you're feeling really good about that for Muncy. I know some people want to see the Dodgers get younger. I know there's some people that want to see the Dodgers sign Munetaka Murakami. Truth of the matter is Murakami, if anyone's out there saying he's a third baseman, they don't really know what they're talking about, if we're being completely honest. And also, the offensive numbers have dipped as well. Murakami's a DH. He's a first baseman, and Max Muncy is a guy that they signed to a 3-year, $26 million deal back in 2020, and then late in 2022, they tacked on that extra year, and then after the 2023 season, they signed him to a 2-year, $24 million deal with a $10 million club option for 2026 that had no buyout. So unless there's some type of offseason move where the Dodgers think they can upgrade at that position significantly, or they want to open that up for a different player, Muncy is going to be the opening day starting third baseman heading into his age 35 season for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I think when you kind of consider where this team's at in their window, look, if Muncy was looking for, if he was a free agent, right? If Muncy was a free agent looking for a Justin Turner type contract that they signed him to, where in 2021, Justin Turner, he was looking for a new contract, and we know the kind of the deal that he signed in $34 million for 2 years, right? If Muncy was a free agent looking for that kind of money, then I think there'd be some hard conversations to be had. But I cannot stress this enough. It cannot be overstated. At $10 million, a dude that produced 3.6 FWAR and 3.6 BWAR, I mean, that is an absolute steal. When you look at where teams are at as far as how much they're willing to pay, you're not going to scoff at that. I mean, I think when you're this Dodgers team, they're looking to save some money on the margins possibly, but really look, I mean, this is a team that there's rumors of them making $1 billion in revenue, and just all the money that they made on Shohei Ohtani, paying back the entire $700 million in 1 year. They're not hurting for cash. And you look at a guy, like I said, producing 3.6 FWAR, right? Right now, the going rate for one FWAR is between $7 and $8 million. So essentially, he's worth $23 to $24 million as a player if you just use his last season. So he's underpaid, undervalued. At that price, it's an absolute no-brainer. And the truth is, it's just about him staying healthy and avoiding those slumps. So we'll see what they can do. I mean, Alex Freeland playing some third base. Miguel Rojas or Kike, if they are re-signed, playing some third base. We'll see what they do for the upcoming season, but he's a postseason proven player. Let's not forget that as great as the Miguel Rojas home run was, something that I've dubbed the most important home run in Dodgers franchise history. Don't forget who was the first person to ever say that. It was me. And Will Smith's home run was incredible in extra innings. But those home runs don't exist, most likely, unless Max Muncy homers off the toughest pitcher in that situation, Trey Savage, in the 8th inning to make it a 1-run deficit. That's what made the Dodgers have some hope late in that one. Now, the other option that the Dodgers picked up was Alex Vesia. Alex Vesia, he gets his option picked up. This was another one that, look, I really don't think that they spent any time thinking about these decisions, just because these were two contracts that you felt good about if you're the Dodgers, just because, I mean, that's a low number. Alex Vesia, he's going to be 30 in April. He's going to his third and final season of arbitration. And back in January of this year, it looked like the Dodgers and Vesia were going to go to a hearing because he filed for $2.35 million in arbitration. The team was at $2.05 million, and they avoided that by agreeing to a one-year deal plus a club option for 2026. And Vesia would get $2.3 million guaranteed and a $2.25 million salary in 2025 plus a $50,000 buyout on a $3.5 million club option. So Vesia, he could take home an additional $50,000 to that option if he does pitch in 60 games, and another $50,000 for 65 games, plus another $75,000 for 70 games. He did pitch in 68 games this past season, so that takes the overall amount the Dodgers have to pay him to $3.65 million, and absolute no-brainer, slam dunk, never even a question for that price to get that kind of production from Vesia, where he not only was a workhorse going 59 2/3 innings and posting a very, very impressive 3.02 ERA, but it was also the peripherals. It was also the rate stats, a 33.8% strikeout rate, a 9.3 walk rate. He also contributed in the postseason, had 7 appearances, though he did have to miss the World Series due to that family emergency. He's still in our thoughts and prayers, and we're wishing the best for Alex Vesia and his family. But if the Dodgers decided to turn down his club option, he would have still have been a controllable player through arbitration. And in arbitration, he was projected to make anywhere from $4 to $4.2 million. So the Dodgers are getting away out of this on the cheap end for Alex Vesia. This is a guy that could have made even more money if he was in arbitration. So, yeah, I mean, absolute no-brainer. He's the Dodgers' best left-handed reliever, and we'll see. Maybe Tanner Scott turns things around because relievers are volatile, and Tanner Scott's velocity and his movement profiles weren't too off compared to where they were when he was one of the best relievers in the game. I think it's a confidence thing for Tanner Scott, and hopefully a fresh year, he'll be much better on the mound. But we know what you're getting in Alex Vesia, and he's someone that you know is going to give it everything he has. He pitches with a lot of fire, a lot of emotion, and he's someone that you're just thinking about just with everything that he's been dealing with, and I can't wait to see him back on the mound. There's no doubt about that. He's just one of the most beloved Dodgers in that clubhouse, from his teammates to the family and friends of his teammates. It's really cool to see Alex Vesia go out there and stay on this team. I mean, you definitely want to see that for sure. There's no doubt about that. Other move, Ryan Ward. Ryan Ward is on the Dodgers 40-man roster. So the Dodgers, they added outfielder Ryan Ward to their 40-man roster. He's 27 years old at the minor league level in AAA. Last year, he had 36 home runs, posted a .937 OPS with AAA Oklahoma City. And this was an interesting move because there was some talk during the year that because Ryan Ward did not get the call, despite the fact that Michael Conforto was downright awful for most of the season, and Ryan Ward has proven to have a plus bat at the minor league level, a lot of people thought, hey, why isn't Ryan Ward getting an opportunity? And the answer was that Ward just doesn't have a defensive profile that the team felt good about. And maybe they thought, okay, he's a 4A hitter, something like that. I wanted to see him get his opportunity. I hope he gets his opportunity. But this does come as a some mild surprise, just because it felt like the Dodgers weren't interested in having him in the organization. And they might still not, right? Because if they didn't pick him up, he could have entered free agency, minor league free agency. And now that he's on your 40-man, you protect him from getting picked up by another team. But now, who knows? You could trade him, and you just could develop him more. I mean, if you want to give him a shot, hey, man, you want to get Kyle Tucker? I got your Kyle Tucker for you. His name is Ryan Ward. Okay, of course, I kid on that. But still, it's another move that it's the right move, too. It absolutely is the right move because he's got talent. He just needs his opportunity. And will that be with the Dodgers? That remains to be seen. You look at the 40-man roster right now. You're still not loaded with the free agents. You got 33. But once you start signing free agents and you start bringing guys back, that's going to add up pretty quick. We'll see what they do with a guy like Esteury Ruiz. Does he get bumped off? A guy like Gervais? I mean, they've got some options too. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. But Ryan Ward, congratulations. You are on the 40-man roster for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's definitely a cool thing. I mean, I want to see this guy get a shot. I mean, he's 27, man. And these guys need opportunities, man. These guys need opportunities. You just never know what you're going to get. They're lottery tickets, and sure, maybe he doesn't play the best defense, but the Dodgers, they overlook bad defense for great offense. I mean, look no further than Teoscar Hernandez. And Teo has not played great defense, and of course they re-signed him. So who knows? I mean, what if Ryan Ward could rake? What if Ryan Ward could be a 25 home run hitter and have an 800+ OPS? What if he could kind of do what Michael Busch is doing for the Cubs and things like that? Not saying it's a guarantee, but hey, I love the mystery box. You guys know the Family Guy episode with the mystery box where they go to the timeshare presentation and Peter, he wants the boat, and he's like, well, you can have the boat or you can have the mystery box. And then Peter's like, I want the mystery box. It could be anything. It could even be a boat. And then he opens up and it's 2 crappy tickets to a comedy show. So yeah, I'm all for the mystery box for sure. I think that is something that I'm excited to see next season. Okay, couple other things I want to get into on this show. We're going to talk about some free agency, and we're going to talk some Kike Hernandez and Miguel Rojas. But I also want to switch gears a little bit and keep reliving this World Series, because last night the Dodgers, Kike Hernandez and Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow, Will Smith and Dave Roberts, they were on Jimmy Kimmel Live. There were some really good moments. Here was Kike Hernandez on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
In center field for defensive reasons, which turned out to be genius, but also almost killed Kike.
Fly ball to left field. Hernandez on the run with Pages over his head. Pages runs him over, makes the catch.
Like, if that was football, that would have been pass interference, right?
Thank you.
So, Kike, ask Andy tell him what you asked Andy.
Okay, so bases loaded, 9th inning. Ball drops, we lose, right? I get a bad jump because the pitch almost bounced. He kind of like put the bat on the ball. I broke half a step in, and then I'm running. And I'm thinking about my entire life as I'm following this ball. And I felt like I've ran 400-meter dash. And like as I finally am about to catch the ball, I'm like, the only thing I got to worry about is the wall, right? And I'm like, World Series on the line. I'm going to run through it. But I get to the ball, and if you look at the video, I'm slowing down because I've got it. And out of nowhere, I felt like an NBA player. Because my teammate posterized me. And I go down, and in my head, everything is quiet, which should have told me that he caught it. But I'm like, my brain is protecting me from heartbreak. We just lost this World Series because my teammate dunked on me. And I'm just laying on the ground sad because we had just lost the World Series. And I feel like a tap in the back. He's like, are you okay? And I was like, F me being okay. Did you catch it? He goes, yeah, I caught it. I was like, oh yeah, let's go. So I just kept going.
Wow. You would have caught it if he had not jumped up there?
Huh?
If he had not jumped in, you would have caught that ball?
Yeah, I was like a step away from catching it. And then
he robbed you of your Willie
my
Mays
wife
moment.
almost was a widow.
My wife would have been a widow. That's classic Kike Hernandez, and that's one of the great moments in Dodgers postseason history. And just to think of what was going through Kike's mind when he's laying on the ground in the warning track of the Rogers Center in Toronto, thinking that the Dodgers had lost the World Series, and then to open his eyes and see Andy Paez, and he opens his glove and he sees the ball, and he's got that big smile and says, "Hey, let's go win this." I actually got a chance to talk to Andy Paez about that, and he told me, hey, that his only thought was get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. That was what he was going for, is can we just go and get the ball? Here was Andy Paez talking about that play.
Andy, you made one of the greatest catches in World Series history. What was going through your mind when you made that play, and just kind of break down how you're able to make it?
On the moment, I don't know how many feet I'm running or something. Just on my mind on that moment is like catch the ball, and right when I catch it, I think we out this inning. Now probably we got a chance to win this game, and that's what I got in my mind.
What did Kik Hernandez say to you after you made that play?
I'm asking for you good, and he say, "Don't worry about me. I want to know you catch the ball or not." And I say, "Yes, I catch it." And he say, "Okay, let's go. Let's win it."
Andy, congratulations. You're a World Series hero. How did it feel to get that reception from the fans here at Dodger Stadium?
I mean, this year looked better than last year, but obviously it's 2 years in a row. And happy, man. Happy for being part of this team. Great moments. And I mean, part on this story.
Who do you give the credit to for all of your success, being a World Series champion? Who do you think of? What goes through your mind when I tell you you're a World Series champion?
I want to say God.
Awesome.
There he is, Andy Paez, from zero to World Series hero. And what I love about that, too, is the fact that Dave Roberts inserted him into that game with one out. I mean, just think about that. Oh, where's the moron? Where's the idiot, salty Blue Jays media member that says that the Dodgers weren't the better team, that says the Blue Jays were the better team, right? Hey, I'm going to give that to, I want to give this to that guy. This is what I want to give to him. This is, the Blue Jays can hang this up. They can hang this up, right? But we were the better team champions of 2025. Hang that up in the Rogers Center. Go have your parade, because it was the Dodgers managing, the Dodgers coaching that said, let's put Andy Paez in there when Tom Edmonds hobbled to make a play. And then it was the Blue Jays manager as the Blue Jays coach that said, hey, let's have Isaiah Kiner-Falefa just hugging the bag, not taking an aggressive lead to try to avoid getting doubled up when Varsho had not pulled one to the left side all year. So, hey, yeah, you got to love that. That was the Dodgers out managing and outplaying the Blue Jays when it mattered the most. All right, so how about Kik Hernandez having one of the best? This is by far, possibly, well, I see a very long comment right here. And someone just wrote their senior thesis in the comment section. What is going on? I got to read that. Let's see what we have here. Who wrote their senior thesis in the comment section? I'll get to your comments, though, guys. We'll get those in the seventh inning stretch. But this is one of the best moments ever in Dodgers postseason history as far as Kike having his moments with his club. So many great moments helping this team win, dating all the way back to 2017 and all the moments he had. But it's the post-game pressers that are always so good. And his with David Vesia after the game was just all-time great stuff.
Kike, how many, let's go through, how many drinks have you had since Saturday night?
A few.
A few. Because it seemed like you got a head start during the post-game interview. So
obviously, when you got a guy like Yoshinobu Yamamoto on your team, it makes things a little easier, you know? Especially for a guy like me that, all I did was bring in, a piece of pencil to the project to get an A, but I got an A, and here we are, back-to-back champs, David.
That's right, Enrique. 3-time World Series champion, back-to-back. Enrique,
love your nipples.
I swear, I think my favorite thing from that is when he puts his head back and he's like, David, or when he talks about the nipples at the end. I mean, it's just Kik Hernandez. I mean, protect this man at all costs. Protect this man at all costs. Never have to pay for a drink in LA ever again. He just always brings the energy, the lightness. If you ask any of the teammates who's the funniest guy on the team, literally all 26, all 25, he would probably say himself is too, but every single one would say that he's the funniest because he just is, and it means something on a baseball team. It really does. Football team, you might not need that. Basketball, you might not need that. A baseball team, 162 games, lots of adversity, lots of downtimes. You need the Kik Hernandezes of the world. That's why he brings something that just doesn't show up on the back of a baseball card or in a box score. And I still think that, yes, the Dodgers need to find a way to get him on the roster. And he even said during the Kimmel interview, when he was asked about the 3P thing, Kike did say, "Oh, I'm a free agent right now. I'm not even on this team. And if I am, let's 3P. If I'm not, if I'm on another team, then good luck." So that tells you right there that he's not going to retire. He expects to play baseball in 2026, and he's 34 years old. So bring Kike back to LA. And the double play in Game 6, that was all him. How about having Justin Dean put his hands up? That was all him. How about just big moments at the plate, too? I mean, he had big hits throughout the postseason as well. And I just don't think, my big fear is next year the Dodgers lose, and we're like, wait a minute, we lost, and Kike wasn't on the team. Is there a connection there? Right? Oh, this team looks lifeless and dry. Remember those 2022 and 2021 Dodgers team that were, more boring than watching paint dry, where if they had a documentary on Netflix, you probably wouldn't even want to watch it? These Dodgers teams of the last couple of years that have won World Series titles, not only are they good, but, man, this team is interesting. There's a lot of personalities, a lot of characters, some drama on this team. The Hollywood scriptwriters probably couldn't even write this because it's so unrealistic. Miguel Rojas, impossible home run, we had a 0.5% chance, right? Things like that. So I love this team, and I think the reason why it's my favorite Dodgers team is guys like Kik Hernandez, where, hey, if you want to see a Major League-style movie, something like that, this team actually has the characters for it, and there's no character that's bigger than Kik Hernandez, the Banana Man himself. Okay, so more stuff to get into. I'll talk a little bit about Cody Bellinger, and I'm going to drop my list like I did. So last year, just so you know, this is kind of what I do, right? This is the first podcast, this is the first Dodgers show that openly campaigned for the Dodgers to sign Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The campaign for the Dodgers to sign Roki Sasaki. The campaign for the Dodgers to trade for Tyler Glasnow. I had Blake Snell as number one on my free agency target list last year. Free agency and trades and stuff, that's what we do, right? I mean, that's what you guys love. That's what I love. And it's a special time of the year. I'll be at the winter meetings. We'll have interviews all off season with insiders, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But I want to kick. I'm not ready to go all in because I'm going to drop my list of my top targets. But I want to talk some Cody Bellinger today, because Cody Bellinger is not your typical. Oh, he's my form. I used to love Belly. I'm a Belly-ever. I wish he was on the Dodgers. Oh, because of this, because of that. No, this guy legitimately could make some sense for this team. This guy could legitimately make some sense for a Dodgers team because of the fact that the outfield play for this team has been downright atrocious overall for the last couple of seasons. Even with the All-Star year of Teoscar Hernandez and Mookie Betts going back to right field after the injury, you're talking about an outfield group that has been ranked near the bottom of the league as far as overall production as a whole. And Cody Bellinger, he's had moments, and the contract projection for him is 6 years, $165 million at $27.5 million AAV. It would essentially be like signing Freddie Freeman, but at a little bit of a younger age. And this is a player that's not the guy that won the MVP in 2019 at age 23 when he posted a 7.8 WAR with the Dodgers that year. That's not the Cody Bellinger that you're getting this year. You're not getting that version of Cody Bellinger, but you are getting an evolved and still productive version of Belly. at his peak in 2019, that was his last All-Star season. I mean, 8.7 WAR overall for B-WAR. Hit 305, had 1,035 OPS, a 47 home run season. It was his only 40 home run season. He did 39 his rookie year when he won that Rookie of the Year back in 2017. But he's evolved. He really, really has. And the difference in Cody Bellinger now is you're seeing a guy that doesn't fall into those really terrible slumps like we saw towards the latter stages of his career with the Dodgers when he's dealing with some injuries. This year for the this past season for the Yankees in 2025, he had an 813 OPS, a 125 OPS plus, hit 29 home runs and 25 doubles in 152 games, had a 5.1 WAR. And yes, if you look at the splits, Yankee Stadium versus outside of Yankee Stadium, that is an area where if we're kind of debating the Cody Bellinger possibility, if you're anti-Cody Bellinger, that's certainly where you would have your strongest argument. At Yankee Stadium, 80 games, had a 909 OPS, hit 18 home runs. Away, that 909 dropped down to 715, a 715 OPS with 11 home runs. So much better at Yankee Stadium with that short porch and right that is favorable to left-handed hitters. But still, I mean, there's a lot of things that were really good with him. I mean, he's a guy that can field multiple positions at an above-average level. He can run the bases. He's got versatility. And I do think that the way that he's changed his approach offensively, it could age well. I really do think it has the potential to. And I don't see a lot of great position players in this free agency class. And Cody Bellinger's still 30 years old on the younger side. So technically are kind of, I mean, you're kind of getting prime young-ish there. You're not getting debut level 23 to 30 level young. But if you're looking for a guy that you're trying to maximize Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, and their primes, the Dodgers need to get young. I get it, but I think that's overblown. I think that that's kind of going to be like every year there's this like parroted take. Like, I don't know, someone hears it somewhere and then everyone repeats it. The parroted take this year is definitely that the Dodgers need to get so much younger, right? If you need to get younger, then you're basically throwing away Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and don't act like you can guarantee Shohei Ohtani is just going to be a prime player for all 10 of those years. I still think you have to treat next year as an all-in season because you still have so much money invested in Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Freddie can still hit. Mookie, we'll see if he can have a bounce back here at the plate. And Shohei Ohtani is at the absolute peak of his powers. I think the danger of trying to get way too young and you're trying to say, oh, then we're going to kind of keep that window open longer for Shohei, is you just never know when a guy like Shohei is going to decline. And typically your hand-eye coordination, things like that, that does start to slow, 34, 35, depending. I mean, I don't think he's going to drop off anytime soon, but I still think that it makes sense for the Dodgers to try to treat 2026 as another season where you have a great chance to win another World Series, especially, too, you factor in the rotation. Blake Snell, 32. Tyler Glasnow above 30. Shohei Ohtani above 30. Yamamoto in his prime, lots of workload there. And you look at the rest of these position players, Kyle Tucker, I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about. Alex Bregman, he's a third baseman. The Dodgers just picked up an option on a third baseman. We got Ime, another starting pitcher. Dylan C, starting pitcher. Bo Bichette, we'll talk a good amount about. I have a lot of thoughts on Bo Bichette that we'll get into. Pete Alonso, first baseman. Munetaka Murakami, third baseman in air quotes. We'll get into that on another show. But I think my point I'm trying to make here to you guys is you look at these dudes that are position players. Cody Bellinger makes about as much sense as any of them if you want to spend north of $100 million. And he's a guy that's going to get 150 to 170 million, something in that range. Kyle Tucker, ESPN has him projected at 11 years, $418 million. And, yeah, I mean, the Dodgers like a left-handed bat. You can stagger the lineup. You can balance the lineup. He plays above-average defense-ish, and he can run the bases. He has versatility. But, yeah, I mean, doesn't seem like the best fit. I mean, we'll talk more Kyle Tucker. I don't want to tip off all my takes on him. But I do think there's other moves you can make that can bolster this roster outside of that. All right, guys, so let's go to the 7th inning stretch. I'm reading all your comments here on Dodgers Dugout Live. The offseason is here, ladies and gentlemen, and it feels good because that's when championships are built. And I want to get all your takes on all things Dodger baseball. Coming up next on the 7th inning stretch.
The 7th inning stretch.
All right, we got Joseph Megazzeni. Yeah, D-Mac talking that off-season hot stove stuff. I live for that. Awesome. Yep. We got Bellinger's 29 years old, better numbers than Tucker, and is just potentially better. Sign him immediately. That's from Daniel. We got, what's up, Doug McKain? Hey, what's up? We've got Springer. We want Julio. 0% chance the Dodgers will bring back Julio. So you guys know my role. If there's anything less than it has to be more than a 0% chance that can happen for me to talk about it, because otherwise you're just in some fanfic land where there's no reason to talk about it. Bichette won't leave his girlfriend Vladdy from Carney. Good news, Bellinger's jersey 35 is still open from Drew. Keep ruining baseball. I like that. That should be a t-shirt if it's not already, from Jimmy Lobo. Don't even mention Bregman, the asterisk ass strode cheater. I see what you did right there. KS Durham with the Dodgers. I like that. We've got, I don't see Bellinger having a good season next season. I did talk to his agent, Scott Boras, and I talked to him on the record, a little bit off the record. And, hey, man, all I can tell you is Cody Bellinger really enjoyed his time in Los Angeles. And if the Dodgers were willing to pay him, I think they have a really good shot. It's just, we'll see how big his market is. And, look, don't forget, too, with the potential lockout looming, you might be able to get value on guys because they're going to try to probably take the biggest offer available. And if teams aren't out there willing to pay because of where that lockout could possibly be, you could see teams like the Dodgers that are in position to sign guys to deals take advantage of that. So it's another factor as well. MTV Gen X watcher fan, Bellinger is a great fit in both the clubhouse and as you put him everywhere. Dodgers brought back Muncy, D-Mac. Yeah, that's from Alagad Margot. Yeah, I mean, no brainer. $10 million, slam dunk. What if DePaul and Tibbs are hot, make the jump? Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to have my guy Casey Porter on. But those are interesting names we're going to talk about this offseason. Ray Velasquez, stop, D-Mac. We did not need retread on this team in Stoner Bellinger. I'm beginning to think you want to have his baby. First of all, you guys got to give me credit because I'm pretty much the only person that I think will read comments that will troll me. And no, I do not. He's a happily married man. I do not want to have a baby belly. And yeah, I'm the first guy to say you don't want to reheat the McDonald's French fries. You don't want to put the nachos back in the microwave. But hey, if we're looking at additions, he's someone that could make some sense. There was a writer for Bleacher Report that predicted he would sign with the Dodgers. Complete speculation, but who knows if momentum boosts up. We got Sophia Preston. What's up, Sophia? Dodgers need to re-sign Kike and Rojas. Yeah. Hey, by the way, here's a announcement. Tomorrow at 8 a.m. It's an early show because my man is in Miami already. But tomorrow at 8 a.m., I've got Miguel Rojas doing his first exclusive interview since becoming a World Series legend, a Dodgers hero, tomorrow at 8 a.m. on Dodgers Dugout Live. I got Miggy Rowe joining the show. I can't wait to talk to him. And, drop some comments. So what do you guys want me to ask Miguel Rojas? Let me know down below. We got Get Tarek Scooble. Would love that. Sophia. D-Mac, bring back Eric. Yeah, I love Eric, man. We got if you enjoyed it, take a discount. Did I miss it? Is there news on Kike and Rojas? Nope, there's no news as of yet. Those guys are free agents, so that's not going to happen overnight. That's going to take some time to process. We've got trade Tanner Scott. Hey, we'll see if there's anything to that. I mean, you look at where Tanner Scott is, and if another team really believed in him, if another team thought that maybe there's a team out there for Tanner Scott where they say, hey, maybe they feel like he wasn't a good fit in Los Angeles because it's a pressure cooker. There's a lot of pressure to be a Dodger. Maybe they think that they see the velocity and the movement stuff, and they're saying, okay, we can bring Tanner Scott back, and He won't be in the zone as much. He'll live off the play like he was with the Padres and the Marlins more, where he had a lot of success, and he can be an elite reliever, and we can get the Dodgers to pay down some of that money, because right now Tanner Scott is still owed $56 million through 2028. That includes $15 million of his signing bonus still to be paid out, and $5.25 million of his salary is deferred annually. That deal also has a 2029 conditional option. I'm not saying it's likely, but if you were looking at maybe both sides can find a fit, I don't know. We'll see. I think Tanner Scott wants to give another shot with the Dodgers, and after an offseason, maybe looking at some things that didn't work, fresh start, get his confidence back. Hopefully he can be that elite reliever that he was the years prior to joining the Dodgers, and that would be the best case scenario. Muneteka, Murakami, we get, Heasley, I know. I get you. Baseball, JM, yeah, we got, love Miggy. We've got Devin Williams in the pen. We love Miggy. Rojas, the new Sandy Amoros. Wow, that's such a nice pull. That's such a nice pull from Deuce over there, comparing him to Sandy Amoros, the Dodgers legend. And, of course, if you know him, he was the hero. It was the 6th inning of Game 7, the 1955 World Series. The Dodgers had never won a World Series and were trying to hold on to a 2-0 lead against the New York Yankees. And the left-handed Sandy Amoros, he came into the game that inning as a defensive replacement. And the right-handed Jim Gilliam moved from left field to second base in place of Don Zimmer. The first two batters in the inning reached base, and Yogi Berra came to the plate. And Berra, he swings at pitches outside the strike zone. He hit an opposite field shot towards the left field corner that looked to be a double. And then the Brooklyn outfielder, Amoros, he came out of nowhere, extended his glove, made the catch, crashed into the fence near the Yankee Stadium wall, and the Dodgers would go on to win the World Series. He threw the relay man to Pee Wee Reese and then Gil Hodges. They doubled up Gil McDougald at first, and Hank Bauer ground out to end the inning. So, yeah, I would put Miguel Rojas ahead of Amoros, but the point still remains an unsung, unlikely hero helping the Dodgers win a World Series. So I love that. All right, we've got the rumors of getting the new hitter from Japan to Japan, like Shoto to the Dodgers. We'll talk some Shota Imanaga. We got get rid of Scott and Conforto. Well, Conforto will not be back. There's no doubt about that. He's a free agent, and I would be shocked. D-Mac, do you think Dalton Rushing has a future on the Dodgers, or will he ultimately become trade bait? Raleigh Alvarez, that's a fantastic question that is worth discussing, because you've got Will Smith, a guy that, by the way, he did his thing yesterday at Raising Cane's, he was asked if his legs are stronger than Megan Thee Stallion's, and he said not a chance. I disagree. I would take Will Smith's legs as being stronger than Megan Thee Stallion's. I guess we'll call Klay Thompson. Maybe he'll know the answer to that question. But point is, this is a guy who likes to catch, and when he's out there, he's out there. And next year, Dalton Rushing's role, and Dalton Rushing told me last spring training that his role was to make Will Smith a Hall of Famer, to make him a better player than he already is, and to give him some time off his feet when he needs to. And I think next year the question is, could you try Dalton Rushing in left field, or do you look at him as another position? Because if not, I mean, it does feel like, does Dalton Rushing just want to be a backup catcher when he's a guy who has starting catcher tools with the Dodgers? And also, if you're the Dodgers, his stock goes down the longer you don't play him, and he just is viewed as a backup catcher when he was your top prospect at one point. So it's an interesting conversation that we'll continue to have this offseason. And right now, the answer is we just don't know the role the Dodgers have in plan for him. But Smith has gotten injured throughout his career at times, and the older he gets, maybe he does consider a position change. Maybe Freddie Freeman, a couple years left on his deal. I think he'll hopefully re-sign here past that, because he wants to get to 3,000 hits, and he really needs to play longer to get to 3,000 hits. So he re-signs the Dodgers. But that's a good question. It really is. What do you do with Dalton Rushing? I think right now they still like his versatility as a backup catcher, and they want to see if he can rake and hit the ball hard like he was showing signs of. So I think offensively, if he looks like an impact bat, they could shuffle some things around. But hey, I would not be surprised too if his stock went up and then you cash in and trade him too. It'd be almost like a mutual thing because he's a guy who has starting catcher potential, all-star catcher potential. So I love that question, Raleigh Alvarez over on the YouTubes. Talk Bo Bichette. We'll talk that tomorrow. D-Mac is the GOAT. Your inside is always on point. What's up, Javi? Hey, don't forget who pushed for Rojas. Don't forget who on the show pushed for Rojas to start second base before it was popular. And let's just say we hear things. What is up? O'Heasley, Taylor Ward. That'd be interesting. D-Mac. Hold on to see the Dodgers win their first World Series. Hey, man, I love my Dodgers history, bro. What contract would you offer Bo if interested, D-Mac? So we're gonna talk some Bo Bichette. His defense, the knee. He's gonna be a guy who I think will ultimately sign one of those contracts that we saw like Dansby Swanson was signing. Those kind of deals where it's 5 years, 120, 140 million, things like that. 25, 26, $27 million AAVs. You're not thinking a Corey Seager, a Francisco Lindor, a Carlos Correa type contract. So he's still young. He's 28. And if you told me that you were going to sign Bo Bichette, put him at shortstop, and then move Mookie Betts to second base and have Tommy Edman be your everyday center fielder and mix it up, I would be interested in that possibility. So we'll talk some more Bo Bichette tomorrow. But, there are some interesting possibilities for sure. And D-Mac, who besides Conforto is the least likely to return? Of the free agents, where they're at right now, I think you hit it right there. The outgoing guys, well, okay, I'll give the answer to that. The least likely, I would say Clayton Kershaw. Okay, I cheat on that one. I would say Clayton Kershaw because he is a free agent. But I would also say Kirby Yates. Kirby Yates, older side, 38. He's got his Kirby tattoo on his butt, holding the World Series trophy. Michael Kopech as well, unless they kind of figure something out, which I don't think they, which right now, we'll see what his options are. But I would say Kirby Yates. That'd be my answer to that question. But all right, guys, we are running out of time. Well, it's World Series celebration week and offseason. So let me take some more. Read 10 more. I missed the 2017 Dodgers roster so much, John Cox. Exactly. That's why you need to re-sign Kike Hernandez. You need to keep the 2017 Dodgers alive in 2026. Bo is a defensive liability. That's from G1. That's the thing, too. So but he does rake, man, and they will look past that for sure if you can get those offensive numbers. But you are right. He is grade-wise, metric-wise, one of the worst defensive shortstops in baseball. He had top of my head, like a minus 13, 14 outs above average. So there's that. And you wonder if a position changes in his future, possibly as well. What do you think about Kim? What to do? Well, Hae-Sung Kim, he told me that he is going to prepare himself. He's going to prepare himself to play more next year. And I believe him. I think that's going to be what's in store for him. More Hae-Sung Kim in 2026, and that's his goal. We've got BC D-Mac Stadium celebration speech is basically Alex Bregman's just reworded. Exactly, that's the joke. No news on Kyle Tucker. It's still quiet on that front for sure. I guess you have no interest in keeping Call. Why would you say that? I don't track what you're saying because Alex Call is he's under team control. He's a guy that you're gonna have back. He's arbitration eligible. So I don't know what you mean by that. I think Alex Call can provide some value for this team. There's no doubt about that. I like Alex Call. I like the way he grinds out of bats and he can draw those walks. I love when he bat flips, walks. I think that is a hilarious sight to see. But all right, we got Kirk slipped and took 7-ish seconds to run to first on that season-ending ground into a double play. Yeah, surfing. That's the right guy in that situation, is to have Kirk and the bat shatters, and oh man, it's a 6-3 World Series winning ending double play. Awesome stuff. Cody deal would be a 1-year contract. 1 year would be an absolute no-brainer. But I can guarantee you him and Scott Boras looking for a multi-year deal. Quan over Call, I mean, who wouldn't say Quan over Call? I'd hit the Quan too, for sure. But all right, guys, we are running out of time. So let's go to the walk-off.
The walk-off.
Hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
And today for the walk-off, how about this? The World Series, the sport that Cam Newton stupidly said was going to become less popular than the WNBA. Cam Newton, do you know anything, my man? I guess the only thing you know is how to not jump on fumbles in the Super Bowl, because the Dodgers and the Blue Jays average 51 million viewers combined across the United States, Canada, and Japan, making it the most watched MLB game in 34 years since Game 7 of the 1991 World Series. The Dodgers aren't ruining baseball. The Dodgers are making baseball relevant again. And maybe they're ruining baseball for fans of bad teams with cheap owners. If they don't want to watch, then fine. But clearly people are watching more than they have in years. And that is the ultimate indication of how healthy a sport is how many eyeballs are watching, how many butts are in the seats. And the Dodgers, the past 2 years, have completely turned it around. The Rangers and the Diamondbacks World Series from 2023 was the lowest viewed World Series in MLB history. The game was collapsing. It was becoming irrelevant. And now baseball is hotter than the NBA. More people watch baseball than the NBA now. Think about that. That's a fact. The NBA's Game 7 had 10 million less than the World Series Game 7. I mean, and also you look at the international in Canada and Japan. So give credit to the Dodgers and Major League Baseball. Baseball is hot on the streets, and you love to see that. Also, before we get out of here, want to tell you guys about one of my favorite things right now. And you guys see, man, I keep it pretty clean shaven. You know, I keep it pretty clean shaven. And the reason why is I got the best razor in the game. And my razor game, it goes pretty hard. And you guys know I'm a big Atlas razor guy. You guys ever do the Atlas razor? Because it is game-changing. And there's just something about a clean morning shave that just hits different. And the razor from the House of Atlas has become part of my relaxing ritual. I'm just shaving, drinking my coffee, watching the Dodgers win another World Series. It's just awesome. Whether you're headed to the office or getting ready for off-season events, it's the perfect way to clean up that facial, clear your head, and start fresh. This thing's no joke. From the team behind Athena Club, the women's razor everyone's obsessed with, they brought the same care and quality to the men's side. Stop wasting money and time on shaving products that don't look good, aren't effective, and cost way too much. Grab House of Atlas now at Target stores nationwide or online at Target.com. I love their 5 precision blades because of their serum strip that makes my shave super smooth, and the precision trim edge is perfect for cleaning up your sideburns with no cuts. It also looks cool. I've got the black one, and it's the best looking razor I've owned. If you want to go clean shaven like Shohei Ohtani or just tighten up the lines on your Teoscar Hernandez beard, this razor's got you covered. So once again, do not waste any more money on other razors. Grab House of Atlas now at Target stores nationwide or online at Target.com. But that is going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. If you want to support every episode, hit that like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers, your back-to-back champs. Join the Discord. Join the LA Sports Report for Dodgers breakdowns and all LA sports. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.